Welcome back to Wild Talk, guys. Now today is a very special episode. The last episode we hung out with Jesse. That was incredible. We'll definitely be seeing him in the future, but today is something that I've been dreaming of doing since I was a child. I'll flip the camera around to show you where we are today. I am so excited. This is going to be so awesome. So, all wildlife is amazing and I absolutely adore all wildlife. But for those of you who know me, I'm definitely a reptile fan. And so today I'm going to be probably visiting one of arguably the best reptile places in the world. They've got an amazing collection. We've got some awesome people that we're going to be meeting today that I've been dreaming of meeting for a very long time. The other cool thing as well is that since I was a child, I've been watching these documentaries, and specifically the people who I was watching work at this zoo. And so this is going to be an incredible experience to fulfill that sort of childhood memory. So I can't wait to see what we are going to get up to today and to bring you guys with. So sit back and enjoy. Definitely leave your comments down below what you guys think is your favorite part of today and what your favorite animal might be that you've seen.
Promises, silence, you saw me on the emptiness. Let go. Let go.
Alright, so we are already in. It's just about to get started. The zoo's only just opening now, but as you can see, we've already got a lanyard, and let me show you what's on it. Hey, we're going to an venom encounter today. So that's going to be awesome because here at the Australia Reptile Park, they milk snakes for their venom, so they extract the venom to make antivenom, life-saving antivenom, which is such an important program here in Australia because we have most of the top 20 most venomous snakes in the world. 9 or so of which are in the top 10 are all Australian species. So here in Australia, they've got probably the best antivenom in the world, and it all gets done here at the Australia Reptile Park, which is awesome. So we're gonna go see what they do there and to get that first-hand experience, view into what they do. But this is awesome. I'm standing right now in front of this massive alligator pond. I'll quickly show you guys. As you can see them kind of all over the place. This is so cool. This is already such a cool place, and this is just the entrance. We've literally just walked through. So this here is the map. Looks like the Venom Center is that one just tucked away down there. The entry, got the Gator Lagoon, Elvis the Cranky Croc. That is going to be awesome to see. We'll see him feeding maybe later, and all bits and pieces around the place. I'm keen to see these frogs up here as well. That's going to be sick. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be cool. And obviously today I'm not going to be showing everything in the Australia Reptile Park because obviously I want you guys to come and see it firsthand to get that experience for yourself. But this is probably what I've come all this way to see, is this thing right here. Look at this. Oh my days. The Venom Center. So that big snake that they've chucked up there, that is an eastern brown. Normally when they're in that S sort of shape, that's their defensive position. But there is some serious stuff that goes on in there. You got a red belly black snake there. Been seeing them on the channel, so that's awesome. Yeah, I cannot wait. This is gonna be like epic. I'm gonna mostly be filming some interactions that I'm gonna be having with some awesome people today, but if I see some cool things, which I've already been seeing some cool things, I'll be making sure to show you guys a little bit. So right here in front of me is something that Jesse and I were trying to find while we were down here in Sydney. I'll just give you a look real quick. Oh my days, check out this death adder. Oh my goodness. They camouflage extremely well between their leaf litter like that. Probably why we weren't able to see any, but next time, Jesse, next time we'll see some. But this guy, is so sick. Look at the bands. A bit red as well. So these guys, they just hide in their leaf litter. They've got these quarter lures on their tail, which is that little bit of white that you can see there. And they flick it around in the leaf litter, acting like a little worm or something. And then their prey comes around and they just snatch them up. So these ambush predators, they have a very fast strike. Yet another species that Jesse and I were trying to find is this gorgeous tiger snake. Have a go at him. Look at the bands on him, the yellows, it's stunning. Can't compare it to anything else. What I really want to see one day is the Tasmanian tiger snakes. They have this black, like this black color, which is so cool, but check that out. These guys, yet again, just like the death adders, are highly venomous snake. And you do not want to get bit by these guys. These guys, the tiger snakes, are, I believe, 4th or 5th most venomous snake in the world. They are insane. But look at the colors on them. That is incredible. And now this snake in front of me is a crazy snake. 3rd most venomous snake in the world. But these guys, even in the wild, you do not want to mess around with these guys. But let me show you what it is. That is the face of death right there. Oh my days. This is a coastal taipan. Check him out. This is only a very, very small individual. He's still a juvenile, but this guy has the capability of doing some serious damage. These guys live up in the cane fields up north Queensland. Yeah, they are deadly bittergy, that's for sure. Just through there is the eastern brown, just tucked away in there. The 2nd most venomous snake in the world. It's crazy. So this snake in here is the fierce snake, otherwise known as the inland taipan, which is the most venomous snake in the world, drop for drop. It's insane. They are such intelligent snakes. Like, you don't want to mess with these guys. But they live out very far inland in the deserts where most of the time they're underground in the cracks of the dirt. People don't really get bit by them. But if you do, you are in some serious trouble. Their colors vary over the seasons, with the black head becoming a little bit more golden in certain seasons. But yeah, that's insane. Check out this king brown, that's insane.
There's a king brown.
Wow. I actually watched the episode where Bill actually milks this snake, and he is a big snake. It doesn't look like it curled up in there, but he is massive. The king browns have the largest venom yield out of all the elapids here in Australia. Crazy amount of venom. Not the most toxic, but certainly like got the highest venom yield, and still highly venomous. Like, it is, you do not want to get bit by one of them, that's for sure. That's crazy. Look at that. That's insane.
Have a go at that.
That's such a large venom yield. That's crazy.
Hectic, eh? Ruined your day pretty quick.
That's
You
insane.
can see any little fangs, eh? But they're pretty thick on the KBs.
That's nuts. That's
Actually,
incredible.
let go.
That's nuts. Wow, look at that. Actually pretty big, hey?
Yeah, she's a female, so we only milk the males for the Antivenom program, and we milk the females for demo because we don't want to waste a drop of the male's venom.
Sure.
But it's the exact same process.
Oh. That's insane. That's incredible. Wow.
You just grab the little droplets.
I was watching the videos, and it's such a tiny proportion that comes out and that you actually suck up. It would be such a long process.
Us a couple times and you can barely even see it.
Yeah, it's nuts. The fangs are actually huge, like much bigger than I
Huge.
thought.
I'll get another female out. We have bigger ones and see if she'll give us a bigger ear. Because some of them like have huge droplets that come off the end, but they're all different.
I saw that you guys also getting the public to kind of donate them in, or
We do. We rely on that, hugely. Yeah, public donation is a huge thing for us because our males, they only live 12 months.
okay.
Where females live 25 years and we don't
What?
even milk the females.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, that's why we rely on donations so much.
So why is it that you don't milk the females?
Because there's males are actually 7 times more toxic in the
Okay.
venom. So it makes sense, again, like what we do with our snakes is we're milking the most venomous.
Mm.
It makes sense to do the same with the spiders. So we're making the most potent, like antivenom,
Yeah.
and the most effective stuff. So again, because they're both Sydney funnel webs, the antivenom works on the female bites
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, we just milk the males because they're a
Yeah,
lot
wow.
more toxic.
That's
yeah.
so cool. Oh, look at that. That's insane. That is incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'll see if I can go and build it up and you can get a picture of like all the venom that's on the end of her.
Oh, you can literally just see
you
it.
can see.
Wow, that's
really cool.
crazy.
I don't know if
The fangs are actually like, oh, that looks
They should
deadly. So can you just explain to me the tube situation?
Yeah,
And it's
so
just,
we turn a little tap on and the water that flows under there creates a bit of a current
Mhm.
and that creates a suction.
oh yeah, nice.
And then we attach our just like sterile pipettes to
Yeah.
the end of that. And what we do is we literally just have to glide it down the fang and it just sucks up the tiniest bits of venom. It's not a large amount of pressure, so it's not like obviously that none of the venom's going into the tube because they're not even giving us barely enough anyway.
Yeah.
But pretty much once the venom hits this glass tube, it crystallizes because it's such a small amount.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so after we use the same pipette and we'll do about 150 to 200 milkings to produce 1 vial of antivenom.
Wow.
That's how much it takes. And again, a few large droplets will sit in the base there.
Yeah.
And we use a little bit of acetic acid because it does tend to crystallize and also it helps to flush it out. And I don't have a glass vial, but we just sit it over the vial and use our blower and we'll blow the acid through and get all the venom into a little vial.
Yeah, nice.
And then what we do is we freeze that and then we'll freeze dry it and we'll turn it into a powder and then that goes to CL Securus, which is our venom lab in Victoria.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they'll do the rest of the process.
So obviously, like with the snakes and spiders here
Yeah.
in Australia, you use the pressure bandage for.
Compression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is
definitely.
that's through all the spider species, hey?
It's most medically significant with our funnel webs.
Yeah.
Redbacks are pretty common bites, but we don't recommend bandaging like redbacks.
Okay.
It's not needed. We just say get to hospital because the bite really hurts. So
Yeah.
they just give you pain relief and ice it, but you don't want to bandage it. With our funnel webs, we pretty much just advertise the most of funnel webs because these guys are our deadliest spider in the world.
Yeah.
And that will save your life again with your terrestrial shows.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found something really interesting. I got told that these enclosures that I was just showcasing before and talking about a little bit, each of these snakes, obviously there are different families of snakes, and each one here is the most venomous of their species for the particular antivenom that they're making. Except for the coastal taipan. Obviously the coastal taipan isn't the most venomous taipan. The most venomous taipan, which is the most venomous snake in the world, can't be milked because it's too toxic. They can't make antivenom from it. I'll just give you a quick rundown. These are the snakes that they actually do the milkings of here at the Australia Reptile Park. So we've got the death adder, we've got the tiger snake in there, kind of see his head peeping through the grass there. They milk the tiger snakes as well. Then they also do the coastal taipan. What a sick snake. I love the whites on their heads. Look at that body, it's incredible. And then over here, They do the milkings of the eastern brown. He's tucked away in there. And then they don't actually milk these snakes. These are the inland taipans. They are the most venomous snake in the world. And so they don't really have an antivenom for these guys. What happens with these though is that the antivenom from the coastal taipan that we saw back to enclosures that way, they have the same antivenom that cover these guys. So then we got the mulga snake. So this is another species that they actually do the milkings of here at the Australia Reptile Park. They have the largest venom yield of any elapid here in Australia. Yeah, you saw this guy, Jesse's got one of these in his collection, which is awesome. You would have seen in the last video that the feeding of the snakes, so it's gonna be sick. So this is really cool. I didn't really get a chance to film while I was inside there, but I just kind of wanted to soak up my time with Bill and really engage in what he's doing. But let me quickly give you a quick rundown of the venom room here. So right here, you can see a few of the snake fangs that have actually been dropped. Some of the snakes, they shed their fang. In these little jars here is the venom, but that they've milked from snakes, but that they've actually crystallized and frozen dry. So you have the bandage here, the vials that the snakes bite into for the venom. Got some different pipettes. So with the pipettes, sometimes Bill has to use the smaller pipettes on snakes like the eastern browns that they don't have that much venom coming out if they were biting into the jar compared to the pipettes. So they get a high venom yield out of the snakes if they do pipette like the eastern browns, for example. Then here is the fridge they have where all the venom goes into after they've been milked. You can see in there's a bunch of different types that they milk, and then they chuck them in the fridge, pretty much freeze them before they get sent to the center where they re-liquefy them and then make the antivenom out of that. And you can see here what the final product looks like. That is the antivenom. If you are ever bit by a venomous snake, you go to the hospital, this is what you'll be getting. But yeah, this is such a cool facility. They have all the snakes back there, all the different types. And then here they've got the table where this little slab here is actually a sticky slab. And so what happens is the snake actually gets chucked on there, as you would have seen in the video, before it's pinned down with a device there, just to kind of get the head under control for whoever's grabbing the snake afterwards. Just get it under control, and then they get out the vials where the snakes bite onto, which is awesome. Definitely check out Bill's channel. He does venom diaries for the Australia Reptile Park, and so definitely check that out. He does some awesome content there where you can see how they milk these snakes and kind of learn a bit more about the snake specifically, but also what happens with the antivenom. Bill just chatted to me and he was just giving me a rundown of the way people used to do it. And so these kits have instructions. And so some of these kits, you would like cut yourself open, put some gunpowder in it and light it on fire to try and, stop the venom from working. And, obviously it doesn't work like that. But then some of these guys, they've put all kinds of, mixed stuff together. That it was their form of antivenom. It's just not how it works. Like, you look at something like that and you come over here and you look at how it's done today, where simply you just need a pressure bandage. And basically what a pressure bandage does is it just slows down that venom traveling through your lymphatic system. And what's so cool about this is that the pressure bandages can add up to like around 8 hours to your life, where it just slows that venom down. And it's crazy how it's come from all the things over there that they used to do, bury people in the ground, suck venom out, everything like that, to this. And this is what saves your life. Another thing that Bill explained to me, which was really cool, is how the antivenom works. And so I always thought that antivenom is there to save your life if you get bitten by a venomous snake. However, he explained it to be more of a reverse effect. Antivenom, all it does is kind of reverse the effects of venom. And so if you get bitten by a venomous snake, the antivenom is there to reduce the effects of the venom. So tissue damage, things like that. Ultimately, I feel like that all kinds of stuff adds up to how you come out afterwards, Antivenom does save your life in that sense because it helps prevent the damage that the venom does essentially. It's a tricky thing because always go to the hospital, always get anti-venom. But some people have survived bites where they haven't had anti-venom, but yeah, don't do that. Go to the hospital if you're bitten and get some anti-venom into you. It will definitely reduce the damages that you sustain. This is also really cool, this board. I mean, all of these boards are cool. They explain how everything happens, but this board right here explains how anti-venom is essentially made. And so if you see here, anti-venom is pretty much, in a sense, purified horse blood. So what they do, they get the freeze-dried venom that they use these machines to dry the venom. Send them to these facilities where over a long period, I believe once a week over 9 months or something, they inject very tiny amounts of venom into these horses. And the horses produce these antibodies that fight the venom, and so then they extract it. And it comes out sort of looking like that, and then they just purify it, and then that is what the antivenom is. Oh my days. Check it out. Look at that. Let's see if we can have a sneak peek.